Chapter 1: The Sound of Arrival. As the documentary begins, the disorienting clamor of Cedar Crest Penitentiary fills the air. The ominous clanking of metal doors echoes like a haunting refrain, accompanied by the anxious inhalations of new inmates awaiting their fate. The weight of uncertainty looms heavy as Jordan, a young man convicted of drug trafficking, shares his first diary entry. His words reveal a tumultuous mix of regret and fear as he contemplates life behind bars. Raspy voices of guards issue commands, piercing the silence and reinforcing the stark reality of his new identity. Jordan's heart races as he navigates the sterile corridors, caught between remorse for past actions and the harshness of his present surroundings. In his mind, he grapples with what lies ahead, a journey marred by shadows, yet flickering with distant glimmers of hope. Through Jordan's eyes, listeners are plunged into the stark world of incarceration, setting the stage for stories of struggle and redemption that await. Chapter 2: First Impressions. In the stark corridors of Cedar Crest Penitentiary, the weight of reality begins to settle in for Jordan, Maria, and Deshawn. Jordan watches as the hardened faces of seasoned inmates loom in the shadows, contrasting with his youthful naivety. He scribbles in his diary, "Everything feels surreal. It's like a nightmare I can't wake up from." Maria, an air of sadness clinging to her as she observes her surroundings, grapples with feelings of shame for her past. "I never imagined I'd be here, stripped of my dignity," she reflects. Deshawn, on the other hand, feels the tug of his old life as he encounters familiar faces from the streets. "They see me as nothing but a gangster," he confides in his diary, "but I want to break free from that label." Together, these three voices illustrate the haunting reality of their new existence, each grappling with the stark world behind bars. Chapter 3: The Routine begins. As the sun rises over Cedar Crest Penitentiary, the daily grind of prison life commences, marked by the sharp sound of metal clanging. Jordan opens his diary, capturing the blurred moments of monotony, the slop of communal meals, the rhythmic footsteps during exercise hours, and the deafening silence during lockdowns. He reflects on how time feels both suspended and agonizingly slow, a stark contrast to the chaotic outside world he left behind. Meanwhile, Maria, longing for her past life as a teacher, wrestles with the weight of her actions that brought her here. She finds moments of solace in the dusty classrooms within the prison, often imagining her former students. Deshawn, determined to maintain his tough exterior, observes the routines around him, balancing his fears with hopes of change. In this environment, they each begin to navigate the fragile lines between regret and the longing for a second chance. Chapter 4: Moments of Connection. As the sun dips behind the barbed wire, yard time becomes a rare oasis of connection amidst the stark realities of prison life. The rhythmic echoes of sneakers on concrete blend with laughter, punctuating the often somber atmosphere. Jordan observes the budding friendships around him, as shared moments of vulnerability transform mere acquaintances into steadfast companions. Maria initiates a game of basketball, her laughter infectious, lifting spirits in the otherwise grim environment. Deshawn, caught between the burden of his past and the desire for change, finds himself opening up to Jordan about his childhood. The two bond over shared stories of loss and dreams deferred, slowly breaking down the walls they've built around their hearts. These small acts of kindness and camaraderie ripple through the yard, reminding everyone that, despite the confines of their prison, camaraderie and understanding can flourish, planting seeds of hope for a different future. Chapter 5: Breaking Down Walls. In the dim, confined space of Cedar Crest Penitentiary's group therapy room, the atmosphere is charged with vulnerability. One by one, inmates gather, breaking the silence with their confessions, each sharing stories that paint a vivid tapestry of regret and aspiration. Deshawn begins by recounting the pain of losing his brother to gang violence, a moment that binds him to others in the room. Laughter breaks through the heaviness when Jordan shares a funny story about his first failed attempt at cooking prison food, an unexpected levity that deepens their connections. Maria listens intently, reflecting on her own mistakes, feeling a surge of empathy for her fellow inmates. As tears flow, a profound realization dawns. Despite their diverse backgrounds, each inmate shares the weight of lost dreams. This session, filled with collective honesty, shifts perceptions, teaching them that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a powerful step toward healing and redemption. Chapter 6. Laughter Through Tears. In the stark world of Cedar Crest Penitentiary, moments of levity emerge even amidst the struggle. The sound of laughter cuts through the routine, creating a temporary respite from the weight of regret. Jordan and Deshawn share a growing friendship, bonding over shared experiences and jokes that transcend their harsh realities. They find joy in simple acts, like recounting humorous stories from life before incarceration, transforming pain into laughter. Maria takes on the role of a teacher, using her experience to uplift spirits. Her improvised classroom sessions become a source of light, prompting smiles among the inmates. She encourages creativity and self-expression through literary exercises, often sharing anecdotes that evoke both laughter and introspection. These fleeting moments of joy remind everyone that connection and camaraderie thrive even behind bars. Amidst tears and turmoil, the healing power of humor fosters resilience, and hope flickers like a candle in the dark. Chapter 7. A New Hope. The atmosphere shifts as Cedar Crest Penitentiary introduces a groundbreaking rehabilitation program aimed at fostering change and personal growth among inmates. Excitement buzzes through the air as Jordan, Maria, and Deshawn gather for the first workshop, each harboring a mix of skepticism and hope. The program offers art therapy, vocational training, and personal development sessions, igniting a spark of curiosity in the hearts of those weary from years of confinement. As the workshop leader outlines the activities, Jordan feels a glimmer of enthusiasm. He's always had a passion for art, but never had the opportunity to explore it. Maria is particularly drawn to the writing workshops, envisioning a place where she can process her guilt and express her thoughts. Deshawn, hesitant at first, begins to see the potential of mentoring younger inmates, shifting his mindset from survival to contribution. This newfound hope transforms the atmosphere, uniting the inmates as they embark on a journey of self-discovery and rehabilitation. Chapter 8. Discovery Through Art. In the dim light of the art therapy room, Jordan feels a flicker of hope ignite within him. As he picks up a brush for the first time, the weight of his past begins to dissipate. The vibrant colors on the canvas become an extension of his emotions, translating pain and longing into swirling patterns of expression. With each stroke, he discovers the healing power of creativity, a stark contrast to the cold, sterile environment of Cedar Crest Penitentiary. As he completes his first painting, a tumultuous blend of dark blues and bright yellows, Jordan realizes it represents his path to redemption. During group discussions, he shares the significance of his artwork, drawing parallels between the chaos of his life and the beauty emerging from it. Through this newfound passion, he learns that self-expression can bridge the chasms of regret and fear, allowing him to envision a brighter future beyond prison walls. Chapter 9. Confronting Shame. In the quiet of her cell, Maria immerses herself in journaling, using her words as both a refuge and a mirror. Each diary entry wrestles with her profound shame and guilt over her past actions, offering her a cathartic release. She reads excerpts aloud during group therapy sessions, revealing the deep-seated feelings of inadequacy that led her to embezzle funds. "I was driven by desperation," she confesses, her voice trembling. "But in my pursuit of more, I lost everything that truly mattered." Her vulnerability invites others to share, creating a safe space where collective burdens are laid bare. Fellow inmates nod in understanding, some tearing up, as they find resonance in her journey. Maria discovers that by confronting her past, she can reshape her identity. Through writing, she transforms shame into a powerful narrative of redemption, fostering hope not only for herself, but for the inmates who listen and reflect on their own stories. Chapter 10. Mentoring Through Pain. Deshawn stands before a group of younger inmates, their eyes filled with a mix of skepticism and curiosity. He begins his mentorship not with judgment, but by sharing his own story, a painful narrative woven with mistakes, family expectations, and a relentless cycle of crime. As he talks, the air thickens with vulnerability. Deshawn emphasizes the importance of choices and the potential for change, encouraging them to envision a life beyond the prison walls. Through artful storytelling and honest admissions, he crafts a space where these young men can see fragments of their own lives reflected in his past. Sessions transform into a collaborative effort. Deshawn encourages them to express their struggles, fostering a sense of trust and community. By mentoring, he not only aims to guide them away from a life of crime, but also solidifies his own resolve to break free from the legacy of pain that has long haunted his family. Chapter 11. Shifting Perspectives. As the rehabilitation program progresses, a powerful transformation begins to take root within Cedar Crest Penitentiary. Inmates who once viewed the world through a lens of despair start to shift their narratives. Group discussions reveal deep-seated fears and aspirations, allowing each individual to confront their past with newfound courage. In intimate sessions led by compassionate counselors, they explore themes of identity and redemption, fostering a profound understanding of their worth beyond their crimes. In-depth interviews with program leaders underscore the importance of self-acceptance and accountability. They share poignant insights about the obstacles inmates face upon reintegration, emphasizing that change is not just possible, but achievable. Special guest speakers, individuals who have themselves found redemption, inspire hope with stories of resilience. This act captures a pivotal moment, the dawning realization that while the past cannot be changed, the future is still unwritten, ripe with possibilities for growth and renewal. Chapter 12. Countdown to Release. As the day of their release approaches, the atmosphere in Cedar Crest Penitentiary becomes charged with a mix of excitement and apprehension. In their diary entries, Jordan, Maria, and Deshawn lay bare their thoughts, revealing a complex tapestry of fears and hopes. Jordan expresses his anxiety about adapting to a world he left behind, feeling suffocated by the weight of expectations. Maria confronts the shame of her past, wondering if forgiveness from those she hurt is even possible. Deshawn grapples with the duality of his identity, torn between the life he's known and the future he desires. In the reflective soundscape, their voices intermingle, punctuated by the distant sound of guards and clanking metal, a daily reminder of where they are. As they share their emotions during a group prayer, a collective resolve emerges. Cautious optimism fills the room, underscoring this pivotal moment as each inmate prepares to step into a new chapter of life, ready to embrace second chances. Chapter 13. Family Ties. As release day approaches, the air is thick with anticipation and anxiety. In this chapter, we hear moving interviews with the families of Jordan, Maria, and Deshawn, expressing their hopes and fears about the inmates' return. Jordan's mother reflects on the years spent worrying and the emotional distance created by his choices. Maria's sister shares her struggle with shame but emphasizes the love that remains, yearning for reconciliation. Deshawn's mother clings to memories of her son as a child, hopeful that he will break the cycle of violence that has plagued their family. Emotional reunions unfold as the doors of Cedar Crest Penitentiary finally open. Family members embrace their loved ones, tears of joy and relief flowing freely. The chapter captures the complexities of forgiveness and acceptance, demonstrating the powerful bonds that endure despite the scars of the past. In these moments, the promise of second chances shines brighter than the shadows of regret.